Welcome to Lesson 2 in Unit 17, Streamside Survival. In this lesson, students will work together to answer the question, how do animals get food to survive? In this lesson, students provide evidence to argue what and how owls and other wetland animals eat. Students figure out that animals use external and internal structures to find, eat, and digest their food. Animals have specific parts that work together as a system to carry out specific functions. Students make connections to the storyline by adding to their model of a wetland animal to include how it finds, eats, and digests its food in this habitat. There are several opportunities for ELA cross-curricular connections throughout the lesson. You can look for specific standard connections in the Unit 17 Teacher Guide. This lesson will take approximately 5 days to complete. To begin the engage portion, you'll ask students what they have learned about animals and how they survive in their habitats. You'll show students videos of an owl hunting and then eating. You'll ask students questions about owls and their adaptations. Then you'll revisit the driving question board. You'll add any new questions and highlight others connected to the learning goals of this lesson by calling attention to questions about how animals, like owls, get food. For the Explore portion, you'll show the class an owl pellet from the MySci kit and ask them what they think it is and what might be inside. You'll tell students that they're going to look at the owl pellets to find evidence about what and how owls eat. You can post and discuss the evidence vocabulary card. Be sure to see the tutorial slides for setup and procedure instructions for this investigation. You'll divide students into pairs and review the directions for the investigation on the Owl Pellet Student Journal page with students. They will use this journal page to record their observations. Once students have completed the dissection, you'll have them use the owl prey bone chart student journal page to figure out what animals the owl ate. For the Explain portion, you'll bring the class together and lead a discussion about students' observations from the investigation. You'll use the provided questions to guide your discussion around the question, how do animals get food to survive? The goal of this class discussion is to analyze student observations from the owl pellet and identify how the owl survives by eating and digesting its prey. You'll use the discussion to create the Lesson 2 summary chart. By the end of the discussion, students should understand that wetland animals have different external body structures that help them find, catch, and eat food. Each of these structures has a specific shape so that it can perform a specific function. During the discussion, you can post the mammal vocabulary card. You'll then have students read all about owls and discuss the raptor, external structure, internal structure, system, and function vocabulary cards. You'll then have students complete the Owl Argument student journal page. You'll begin the Elaborate portion by asking students how other animals that live in wetlands find and eat food. You'll divide the students into 6 groups for the animal adaptation stations. You'll have students use the How Animals Get Food student journal page to complete the activity. After students complete the stations, you'll show some videos of animals eating and discuss them with students. Students will record evidence from each video about how each of these animals is able to use its structures to get the food it needs to survive. You'll then complete the summary chart discussion. For the Evaluate portion, you'll provide students time to research ways their animals get and eat food. You'll direct students back to their Animal Adaptations student journal page and have them add new details about how their animal uses its structures to hunt and eat. You'll use the new evidence students observed to add to the Gotta Have It checklist. You'll have students use the peer feedback table tent cards to provide feedback to each other on their models. To support student sense-making across the unit, you'll orient them back to the driving question board. You'll ask, what did we learn about how animals get food to survive? And what new questions do we have? By the end of this lesson, students will have collected evidence to explain how animals use external and internal structures to find, eat, and digest their food. In Lesson 3, students will investigate how animals use structures to detect and avoid danger. For the optional Extend portion, you can give each student a set of bird cards and have them classify them based on their external structures. You'll have students reference the Classifying Birds student journal page to create their own classification system for the birds based on their external structures. Next, you'll give students some guidance and have them classify the birds based on things like beak shape, neck shape, and other feather characteristics. For more information about this unit, visit myscipartners.com.